Bitcoin is sitting on a razor's edge between bearish and bullish territory. The SPX has been bouncing off of tap dancing on a glass floor on the 21-week moving average. All that being said, the next 48 hours are hypercritical to determine which way these markets will go. And I'm Mark Fleetwood. This is the Daily Grind Trader. And if you stay tuned, I'll tell you why the next 48 hours are so hypercritical important. All right, everybody, you know the drill. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I simply share my technical analysis publicly, and I do so knowing that you know that you manage your own money and you manage your own risk. Please keep that in mind. We're going to take a look into Bitcoin right now because Bitcoin is doing crazy stuff in its own market right now because we've had 1, 2, 3 days of just spinning tops, dojis, whatever you want to call them. This was a big ass hammer, a big ass dragonfly doji, whatever, however you want to describe it. But this wick down, I thought we were going to be going short. I thought we were going to break this 39.5, 39.6, this last level of support before we go completely bear. I thought we were going to break it, retest it, and I thought I was going to be putting a short in soon. But obviously that didn't happen. That's why you wait for a break, you wait for a retest and all that good stuff. But this indecision, I think the next 48 hours will determine whether or not we go pump or we go dump. And the SPX, you see the S&P 500, and I want to put this on the weekly because we're going to look at this on the weekly. We have the 21-week moving average. And since the COVID dump, since we dumped here, this is the COVID dump of 2020. Every time we've touched the 21-week, it's been an extreme level of support. And the last time, November 20, it ran up and didn't touch again until September of 21. Now we have touched 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks, 5, 6, 7 weeks touched the 21 moving average from September to January. Guys, supports are glass floors and resistances are glass ceilings. The more you touch them, the more likely you are to crack them. I don't know if I see this lasting, and if this dumps down and if this finds its next support at the 50-week, then you will see BTC fall hard. You will see Bitcoin and all other cryptos in the market fall with it. And honestly, if this goes full retrace and retraces all the way back to the peak prior to COVID, it's a 30% drop, or almost near 30% drop. And that would be crippling to the crypto market. And I'll tell you why this is even a possibility to go pre-COVID numbers, to come back to this, to peel back to this point. The Federal Reserve Board is having Chair Jerome Powell is going to be talking tomorrow, 10 a.m. And I don't know if you guys keep this in mind or if you pay attention to this, but almost every time he speaks, almost every time the Fed mentions anything, their notes, their minutes, anything, the market reacts. If he comes out hawkish and talking about the rate hikes, and if there's going to be a fourth rate hike in 2022, if he's talking about quantitative easing, all of these things will drive pressure to send the market down. This will be pressure to go downward in the market because people are going to get nervous, they're going to be scared, and rate hikes, everything that they're doing is to try to re-strengthen the dollar because of inflation being so high. But in order to strengthen the dollar, risk assets are going to fall. It's like squeezing the air in a balloon from one side to the other. Risk assets are going to be the ones taking the hit. And the furthest over on the farthest side of the risk asset spectrum is cryptocurrency. So keep that in mind. This could be the start or what triggers the bear market for crypto. And also keep in mind that crypto has never actually seen a bear market in the regular stock market. So we don't know how this is going to react. We don't know how crypto will react if the stock market goes bear. So we have this announcement 10 a.m. tomorrow. Wednesday, we have the CPI, the Consumer Price Index, which will tell us what the inflation rate for December 2021 was. So 8:30 a.m. on Wednesday, January 12th, there is a good possibility of a market dump. If the CPI If the inflation rate is above 7%, I think 7.1 is the expectation right now, 7.1%. If it's 7.5, if it's 7.7 or 8%, there will be a large market dump immediately following this. Immediately. And if it is 6.5, 6.4, if it's a 0.5% below what they expect, there could be a pump. But we all know inflation, it's either going to be the expectation or worse than the expectation, because inflation has been crazy. We all know inflation has been crazy recently. So this is another potential bearish, or another scenario that could create a bearish momentum. And these next 48 hours are going to be hypercritical for trading, because right now Bitcoin is so indecisive. I think today shorts got liquidated, or longs got liquidated, and then shorts got liquidated, and then everything ended up being exactly where it started. So it is very hard to trade this. I don't like range trading. I don't like trading in a range. I like to know that there's a defined trend. And it's been a while since I've taken a trade, because there has been no clear decisive trend. One last piece of information I want to go over, because this is just a piece of shit doing piece of shit things. Yeah, Vice Chair Richard Clarida has announced he's going to be resigning this week, because he sold a whole bunch of stock in February 24th of 2020. And then right before they made their Fed announcement that they were going to be helping out with the market, he bought everything back on February 27th. So initially they said, or he said, it was a pre-planned move, that he was going to be doing it anyway. But the way it looks like he did a rapid move out of stocks and then right back into stocks. Makes it look less like a planned long-term financial maneuver and more like a response to a market condition. This is some shady stuff, and this is what politicians did this prior to the COVID dump. They all sold out. They knew that the market was dumping. They're the ones that shut the economy down. So all that dump, they sold, they made money, and they bought the bottom again, and they made money again. So I don't trust any politicians. I don't trust these Fed guys, because they're all shitty. They're all out for themselves. But I wanted to make sure to show you this, because this is just shady people doing shady things. With that being said, guys, that's the video. That's everything I have for today. Please be careful out there, because the market right now could go either way. The market is in a very precarious position, and if you don't need to be in, I'm not in anything right now. I'm waiting this out. But you do your own thing, but just be aware. So with that being said, guys, as always, until next time, peace.